What's up, fellow classers? It's Pauline here, bringing you the end of our war versus NP Alliance, a level 9 clan from International. So, they brought a lot of go wipe and 2-star strategies. We soundly won with a perfect war, 105 to 76. See, 8 3-stars for them and 25 2-stars. So lots of Dragloons, go wipes, and things like that. We'll show real quick what they did. They used a good portion of their attacks, more than half of them. So 2-starred a lot of our bases, 3-starred a couple of them, as you can see. Didn't even get the 3-star our bottom two. So I think towards the end, when it's a little disheartening, we got a perfect war probably halfway through with 12 hours left. So at that point, I think they started to do loot attacks. But anyway, we'll do Town Hall 8 and Town Hall 9 on this video. Check out the one I just did as far as who hit it best. I'm going to skip a couple of these bases like number 1 and number 3 because of that. They're in the who hit it best one. We'll check out Luke, our Town Hall 10, kind of stopping by, just hanging out with us in WHF Rising, who's going to do an AQ walk with the GoVaLo, and brings those nice beefy royals there, 30 and 34. Uses some wizards to do a funnel, but I think he ends up. What happens is that the king aggroes the queen, and the queen starts walking up anyway. Unfortunately, I think he wanted to do a queen walk on the bottom and take out that whole bottom space, but that's not going to happen anymore. So that queen is going to start walking up the top. So I'm sure he's got to scramble on that a little bit and change things up a little. So the queen is still going to walk. We're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit here, the 2-speed. Uses the wall breakers to get into that compartment. Still has 7 more wall breakers. It's going to go ahead and destroy those wall breakers, and needs to rage up there and make it through these point defenses, Teslas, Expos, and so forth. Brings the golems as far as a shattered entry with a giant as well, and Valkyries to go ahead and get into that core. Has a jump, a rage, and 2 heals with hogs on the back end. Drops the jump in there, push through the core. Clan Castle is aggroed, has 2 poisons for that, and needs to go ahead and use the queen's ability, I think, in order to make it through that. Make sure she doesn't get knocked out by those balloons. They do a lot of damage real quick. So the queen will keep going through. The golems take the jump as well as the friendly king, and some of the wizards are cleaning up on the 2 sides. Sends the hogs in for the deployment, and they're going to go ahead and trigger that giant bomb, and still has 10 more hogs left over on the back end. Drops 4 on each, double the 2-finger drop, and heals up in that spot where I think potentially there is a giant bomb. I think we already triggered 2 of them, and they're going to make their way through. So they do hit that giant bomb there, and I think at this point he does not even need to drop those other hogs. I think he can swag these hogs, but we'll go ahead and check that out. Now he does deploy 1 of them, and then the second one for cleanup. So it didn't really need to. That queen would have still cleaned up everything, as well as the enemy king. A royal's full energy, full health. He doesn't swag it, but has a heal and a rage left over. But what do you expect for a Town Hall 10 to hit the 9? That's still a nice attack. Let's go ahead and hit number 4, Sphinx, and we'll check out. Yeah, we'll check out Danker getting a 6-star war using a drag rider attack and a dragon in the clan castle. Drops that giant in there to tank for that hog. Needs to go ahead and get these hogs through towards that core. Take out all the pathing to the double giant bomb spots and giant bomb spots. Uses a double poison, I believe, right here to take out that clan castle. And we're done with that. So he could go ahead and send his loons in from the top, or at least one of them, for a 1-for-1 trade, which is great. And drops the queen in there. And the king to go ahead and start tanking. Has a rage, another rage, and 2 heals for the hog. Trades the king-queen swap there. The king gets knocked out and starts sending the hogs in from the top. Those hogs need to make it all the way across where those air defenses are. Take out those air defenses and kind of protect the queen as well, which they're doing. so that queen can do basically a queen walk without a healer on the side. They have one more heal to get through this quad Tesla core and start taking out some of the rest of those air defenses. There are two left, but they are standing in heals, so they'll take out those Teslas, that air defense, and that last air defense, and now these dragons can pretty much roam free. They do have to worry about the black seeking mines, but besides that, everything's fine. I didn't notice if they actually did get them or not, if they triggered them or not. That loon up top will go ahead and take care of that wizard tower on a 1-for-1 trade, and then make its way down to the cannon and do another trade right there. And we'll go ahead and speed things up a little. There's one of the black seeking mines. And they only have to worry about one wizard tower as far as defenses. So that there's another black seeking mine there. And that wizard tower, although Max is not going to do anything against that dragon. So very, very nice attack. Nice to see a Dragloon rider in an almost max Town Hall 9. Let's go ahead to number 5 and check a GoVaLo with a stoned deployment of the golems. The walls are pretty low here, but we're going to go ahead and see Rambo take care of this base, and he's going to drop his 2 golems in there at the 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock positions. Use the wizards for funneling, and save that extra golem from the clan castle after this quad quake is dropped and the core is opened up. So he'll go ahead and drop that golem in from the clan castle, king and queen right behind it, trigger that clan castle, and they're going to go ahead and take this out without poison. Uses a rage to rage that queen and the wizards up there, drops those Valkyries in there to go ahead and start triggering giant bombs and such. They really do need to take out those air defenses, so they're running around the path of the core. They don't need to actually make it inside, and they get that third air defense goes down, and now we only have to worry about that one last air defense. So those wizards are running around with the golem tanking. Those balloons that were sent in from below are definitely sent to their doom. There's no way they're going to make that with that air defense up. But that one hero wizard is running in, and he eats a giant bomb. So those loons will go ahead and finally make it to that last air defense. They'll get a black seeking mine, and finally I think that golem will end up taking it out. But I don't think there's any more loons left. So that loon attack is completely done. We're going to have to leave it up to the royals to go ahead and clean everything up. And that king that's running around, those wizards that are hanging around with the king are going to help take out that archer tower from below. I think there might be some Valkyries in there too. Yep. So Valkyries are also tanking. Oh, they go flying. One of them goes flying. And it's really down to the royals to clean up. So that loon portion of it didn't work out so well, but that's all right. 3 stars is 3 stars. So good attack. All right, the last one is going to be on number 7. We haven't checked out a La Loon yet. So we're going to go see a shattered entry with 3 lava hounds, and the whole point of this is, and with a quad quake to get into that core, and the whole point of this is to get those 2 air defenses down as well as the queen that are right pretty close to one another. So we'll go ahead and drop the golem there. First one, use the wizards to start funneling as it's walking its way in, and the second golem do that continued with some wizards behind as that cannon finally gets the aggro on that max golem, sends the queen right behind the golems, and then the king right behind the queen. And they'll start funneling their way into the core. The clan castle is triggered, drops a couple poisons with a rage there. So there goes the first poison, raged up, and they'll take care of that clan castle real fast, and that king needs to make his way through. Don't know if we use the ability on that, but that queen's got a lot of work to do. Go ahead and do we drop a heal for that queen? Interesting, okay. So the queen's taking out the Expos and the Teslas. And that golem is finally breaking as far as golemites. And of course, when a golem breaks, it does damage. And I think it will get that last air defense. Nope, doesn't get that last air defense. It's got a sliver of health left. So those two lava hounds are sent in with the balloons right after following. No rages, no hastes for them. And they do make it past that first air defense, making their way to the second one. The pop, have some seeking mines on top of it, and the loons are right behind. And then they will go ahead and get this with the lava hound still up, and that last air defense is barely hanging by a thread. I think it almost might be enough. Yep, there we go, for a lava pup to go ahead and take it out. So very, very nice, and we're almost in cleanup mode here. It needs to take care of that Tesla. That wizard tower is definitely going to do tons of damage on all those loons bunched up, so it's not what you want to see, but the last archer tower is definitely going down. So we're going to go through cleanup mode here. Nice lava pups up on top, and nice split of the lava pups. No split on the loons, but still plenty of time for cleanup. Very, very nice attack. Nice Laloon there. Alright, just a couple more to go through. We'll check out some Town Hall 8 attacks. If you guys haven't checked out Powerbang's Electric 8 recap on the Town Hall 8 attacks, check that out. That's very, very good. We'll go ahead and check out Troy's attack. I'm not sure if he covered this one, but if he did, then just fast forward a little bit. So he's going to bring a Mass Hog into this one. Does a lure, has 2 poisons. We'll fast forward to the poison. And I'll take that out. Has 3 heals for the hogs. We'll start to go ahead and take out that one particular cannon for the pathing, and then he can send his hogs in and he can control the pathing better now that they don't have to reroute from that cannon. We'll trigger a double giant bomb even and get a lot of value out of those 4 or 5 hogs. So 2 giant bombs triggered already. Can go ahead and send his hogs in there. Does not have to worry about anything else. Nothing's going to hurt them. He can always heal on that last giant bomb spot completely, so he does not have to worry about a double giant bomb wiping them all out in a group. So very, very nice. Has 2 more heals after that first heal is dropped. So now that that giant bomb is triggered, the hogs are standing in heals, backs it up with another heal right on top of that one. So there's absolutely no problem here, and no chance of these hogs not making it through the rest of the base. No more giant bombs left, and only a handful of splash and point defenses, along with a whole nother heal to go. And don't think he even needs it, so he can go ahead and swag that heal. Fast forward for this, as everything's cleaning up. Got wizards cleaning up. That king will go ahead and smack down the enemy king, and we're all done. Doesn't have too many hogs, but doesn't really need them. It's a very, very nice attack. All right, 22. All right, we're going to go ahead and check a GoVaLo here by Valhalla. And we're going to bring a quad quake on this one, and a rage, and a heal for that kill squad. So brings a giant in there to trigger that clan castle. Our anchor is on the left-hand side. Quad quakes on it as well, a little preemptive, which is always good. Just doesn't do that last one yet. And we'll go ahead and drop a golem there. They still haven't finished, and that wizard will have to go the long way to go ahead and take care of that. Didn't drop the quad quake yet, or the last quad quake, just because it needs to go ahead and finish that funneling. And once the funneling is done, then we can go ahead and complete that quad quake. There we go. And reroute everything into that core. Needs to drop those Valkyries, make sure that they have nowhere else to run but straight ahead, which is that is completely true. That enemy king will aggro the Valkyries, so even if they started to run away, there they go, right there as a magnet. And they'll go ahead and smack that king down and make their way through the rest of the core in rage. So they will trigger that giant bomb, and then they'll go ahead and make their way through the rest of it, standing in a heal, getting completely healed up. That first air defense on the bottom has not gone down yet, so it will start firing on that balloon and take it out. So want to make sure you get that air defense down. In fact, only two of the air defenses are down now. So those top ones, they again sent in a little bit maybe too early, just possibly. There we go. Gets one shot off. So very, very nice timing. And those Valkyries have taken out everything else in the core. So now all we're doing is watching these loons take out the rest of the base. And we are in cleanup mode right now after this archer tower goes down, or in the wizard tower too. So very, very nice split. Gets a split on top, bottom, and right on these loons. You see some Valkyries still up and taking up double bases or double buildings at a time. And 3 stars for Valhalla. Very nice, and welcome to the clan. Just a couple more to look at. Let's check out number 23, sorry, which is GoHo. 6-star war for Valhalla. Just one of those weird design bases. I've seen variations of this many, and just by moving a couple of the defenses around. A lot of people use a GoVaLo for this. Again, when you use a GoVaLo, you've got all your air defenses in the core, and it's easy to go ahead and take them out and take all the exterior buildings out on the corners, or defenses on the corners, the outer ones, with those loons. So, but decides to go GoHo here, which is fine. GoHo is definitely the overpowering strategy for Town Hall 8. So he uses poison there, drops a shattered entry for those golems on the bottom right and bottom left. Very, very, very nice funnel. Drops the king in there too. Has a couple wall breakers, 3 as a matter of fact. When that king starts making his way closer, drops just a test wall breaker in there, and then the other 2 to go ahead and seal the deal. The king and the wizards reroute in there, and that other wall breaker looks a little lost. But those golems will go ahead and stand there and take the punishment. All 3 giant bombs have been triggered. Very, very badly placed giant bombs. And it's time to send the hogs in with 3 heals and all of the giant bombs triggered already. There's absolutely no chance that these guys are going to fail. All they got to do is just heal through those point defenses. There is going to be no giant bombs to ruin the day. Drops a heal there. It almost meets up in the core, and still has 1 heal left over. I think we know the end of this story. Does not even need to drop that last heal, as those 2 heals were placed very, very nicely to get them all the way through to the core, standing in heals the whole time the defenses were hitting them. So very, very nice attack. Swag heal. And 2 more, and we're all finished. So let's go down to 29. And we're going to go ahead and check K-Bear take this one out with level 1 golems with a GoHo. So definitely do not be afraid to use these strategies with lower unit compositions, lower level unit compositions. It's definitely, the strategy is sound no matter what the level. Drops a double poison on this clan castle. Go ahead and take the dragon and the loon out. And then we'll go ahead and bring cold-blooded entry here. 1 golem here to start tanking on here, so for these wizards to start the funneling. Drops wall breakers there, opens it up, and drops a bunch more to get in here. I think they're going to be kind of fried by that Tesla. Yeah, they don't do anything. So those 4 wall breakers completely wasted. You got to wait till that golem gets in there and then drop it. That golem is now tanking for those Teslas and the mortar. But no big deal. It has 3 heals left over for these hogs. They just won't be able to trigger those giant bombs. The kill squad won't be able to trigger those giant bombs. So it's got to use those heals appropriately. And they're making their way through the base. Just used all the hogs so far. Has 1 more heal left. There we go. Drop it all together. The hogs are completely standing in heal no matter where they go. It's like Twister, and we are finished here in cleanup mode, taking out everything. Triggered double giant bomb there, but it's no big deal. That king is going to go ahead and do tons of damage, but that giant's going to tank, and the wizards will take it out, and then finally take that last building out. So very, very nice. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and check out 32. We have not seen a holo in a very, very, very long time. So we're going to go ahead and check out a holo here. Uses a hog to go ahead and get that lure. Anchor up top. And decides to use a poison. And maybe even a double. Nope, just a single poison. So very, very nice. King on king. Enemy king goes down. And those wizards will go ahead and help take out some of these trash buildings. 2-finger drop with the hogs. 3-finger drop up top, and has 3 heals for these hogs to make it through the core. Kind of like a GoVaLo, they need to get through that core and take out all of these air defenses. There we go. Triggers a giant bomb, but that's not really a big deal. Standing in heals with those last 2 ones left. All the air defenses are down, and the loons are sent in on the back end. Need to send them in a little bit quicker so that they can actually do a lot of the damage. Uses that last heal. Those loons don't really get too much of a fight in there, but they will help with the cleanup. So got hogs and loons on the cleanup, wizards on the sides, king still up, going around. So this base is completely crushed. Very, very nicely done. So some great Town Hall 9, Town Hall 8 attacks. Go ahead and take a look at them again. Study the composition, study the deployment. Go ahead and practice them. Get your 6-star wars and practice those 3-star attacks.